Yeah, one of the things we're going to do differently this year is we're going to do away with a lot of this running business. We found that athletes tend to get fatigued from a lot of running during practice, and they're not able to compete when it comes time for the meet. So we're going to do very little running in conditioning.
Oh, obviously that's wrong. To run fast, you must run fast. The more you do something, the better you're going to become at it. So what we're trying to incorporate this year is more running. We're running further and faster and more often in practice. We're extending our practices from the 2 hours to 4 hours. We're actually calling in night practices. Most people have morning practices. We have night practices as well as our morning practices. We're trying to get upwards of 8 to 10 hours a day of running.
I definitely like to get the athletes on the track for a walk. I think it's important that they get a feel for the surface and familiar with where all the turns are, so that they feel, when it does come time to compete, they feel like they're in their element.
I want students running in the hallways from one class to the next. They should be running home. No more rides home. We've forbade rides home. No parents will be permitted to pick up their students. All students, even Erica Doolittle, who lives about 15 miles away, is expected to run home.
Another thing we're doing that's different this year is we're working a lot with visualization. Visualization where the athlete imagines themselves performing successfully, and do this in a lot of different positions. Some athletes prefer to sit. We've experimented with different postures, lying down, prone, the fetal position, very, very popular with the younger, the junior high especially.
No, that's obviously wrong. If you want to be a loser like everyone else, then you're going to view losers. We are winners. We only view ourselves. We're the only ones that win. We're the best. We only focus on ourselves.
So we're really looking forward. We anticipate tremendous success this year. Athletes are rested, confident. Feel like we'll probably have to take maybe 2 buses to states this year.
Usually in the meets, whoever throws the worst is the javelin catcher the next practice. And that really kind of pushes you to not be the worst. Typically the people that are not very good aren't on the team much longer because the javelin gets them.
Science tells us that temperature is average kinetic energy. It's how fast particles are moving. We want fast air. We want hot air moving faster. We will move faster in the hotter air. It's simple science. If we go slow in the cold temperatures, that's just going to make us slow. We're actually looking into, with the renovations of the field, we're looking into heaters being brought in and a heating system so we can have our air temperatures above 100 degrees Fahrenheit throughout the course of the season.
Sometimes we'll throw sledgehammers and babies, things like that, small animals. That's usually just for practice. A lot of times we warm up with those. So I would say those are some of my favorite things about track to do.
The thing is, the athletes tend to perspire. On a day like today, perspire heavily, which is, we've all agreed, it's undignified. So if they can find a good shady spot, really a shady spot today, but if they could find a shady spot to sit and visualize, like I said, that's always conducive to success.
I really like track. I like track a whole lot. That's weird.